What is up, everyone? Welcome to another video on this channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far and hope you're ready for a little bit of a Clan of the Eagle patch note review, because that is what we're about to do right now. Yeah, I have the patch notes here right in front of me. The update came out yesterday, so if you want to check out the new Northgard clan which just released, this is the time to do it. We're gonna go over the different patch notes over here, over the different changes, also over the Eagle clan, because there have also been other changes, especially to the clan of the Snake. So yeah, hope you will be enjoying the video. We're gonna jump right into here and yeah, check out what has changed on our favorite island. Hey everyone, we are proud to present our 9th DLC clan, the Clan of the Eagle, which brings some exciting new mechanics and units to Northgard. Read on to find out more about what makes the clan of Helsvik so unique. And yeah, we are surely going to do that. Right here, we can see the eagle everyone's talking about. That's like the picture for the clan right here. And we're gonna go right on. Carried by the winds, the agile explorers of Helsvik do not need to occupy a large territory, for they will readily venture outside to gather resources. Their profound knowledge of the terrain and their ability to exploit it to its fullest allow them to survive in the most desolate areas. They are led by Griff, the only survivor of an extinct clan. The war chief Griff over here. Orphaned upon the fall of their parents' clan, Griff was adopted at a young age by the followers of Helsvik. This demonstration of adaptability made them a perfect clan leader for the Clan of the Eagle. Here we can see it. Yeah, quite nice. War Chief is a little bit stronger than the other War Chiefs, has 18 attack, but a little bit less resistance, like 8. Usually for the War Chiefs it should be 15 and 10, so yeah. Little bit of a change there, a little bit stronger, therefore a little bit less, resisting, yeah, let's say. Definitely makes up for a change. Generally, I can say the Clan of the Eagle seems to be one of the clear clans. So, another clear clan here in Northgard. There's some, abilities for the clan, which really help them to clear out territories around them. And it feels like the clan could be really strong in aggressive gameplay. But you got to see this as we are going through here. I just want to give you that little setup here, for that is what I think the clan is aimed to do here. But yeah, we're going to see how it actually plays out. So, the clan is starting with the Averies. They replace scout camps and they train falconers and reveal buried caches on the map over time. So yeah, the Falconers are basically your scouts, just that they also can reveal buried caches and do a lot of other stuff around the map. In these caches you will find sometimes wood, sometimes food, sometimes gold, sometimes lore, sometimes minerals, so it's kind of random what you can find in there. But you can't see it before you actually scout it. You basically scout it then like a ruin or a shipwreck, and as soon as you fully explored it, you're basically gonna get the resources out of them. You can also see it right here. That is the cache. Like, you will see these things pop around. You can also see them on the minimap, and then you can go for them and salvage them. So, Falconers gain lore when exploring uncharted lands. They can explore ruins, shipwrecks, and close wolf dens and draugr tombs even outside of their territory. So if you have a wolf den right next to your territory and there are no wolf on there anymore, you can set a falconer over there. He's gonna basically explore the wolf den like he would a ruin or something. You get then the fame bonus for clearing out the wolf den, for closing the wolf den, and the stone bonus you also get on top. So yeah, different bonuses you're gonna get there. You're gonna close it. There are no new wolves that are going to come out of there, and you basically closed it without even taking it. Very interesting, very cool, but you need to have the area cleared before you do that. So that's something you will need to do with your war chief or units, however you want to do it. At the start, you have one hawk. They return to a cleared zone. They turn a cleared zone into a boneyard, providing neutral resources from the zone and healing your units. So as soon as you have a boneyard, you oftentimes will have like a little bag there. You need to click on that bag, and oftentimes there is iron or stone in there. I think that's mostly what I found in there. Also, healing the units is very, very important because it's gonna stay around for a certain amount of time. I feel like around 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something around there. And yeah, just circle over the territory. And as long as the hawks are circling over the territory, your units will heal there. And the heal is not insignificant, so you can really heal a good amount. And that's really why you can clear out very efficiently. You can run around, clear stuff. You're gonna get something out of it because the hawks are gonna appear, and with these hawks you can then heal your own units and basically claim the resources that you got for clearing out the zone. Very interesting, and yeah, definitely gives a new touch to the clan here in comparison to the other ones. Resources are dropped in a loot pouch on the zone. That's what I mean. That's what you click on and you can claim it basically. It can be claimed by the Eagle clan or left to an ally clan to collect. I didn't even knew that. That sounds really, really interesting. Let's see what you can do with that. Aviaries require no building slot and increase the maximum number of hawks you can send on a boneyard. So the more hawks you will have, the more resources you can actually get out of that. But you can have a maximum of 3 of these aviaries, so you cannot build unlimited amount of them, even though them not taking a building slot is very, very key, honestly. Makes it a lot easier. So, the clan, however, does not gain any fame for colonizing new zones, so you will always need to like close wolf dens, upgrade stuff, like you get the normal fame. It's not Snake Clan, it's not like you get nothing, but just for colonizing new zones you will not get any fame. So maybe this advises you to actually do that. But be sure, usually you will have enough stone to actually upgrade buildings to still reach your fame thresholds, which we are going to go over right now. At 200 fame, we get nomadic tribe. The clan units outside your territories consume minus 30% firewood and food, which is a significant amount. Makes it even easier for you to clear out stuff and have an army up permanently, basically. Your zones can be upgraded using food. So if you want to develop a tile, you don't need to do it only with gold for 100 gold, but you can also choose to do that for 100 food. So you will have a little bit of a slider there like you would have on the Clan of the Raven when you colonize zones, where you just switch around and have like the different ways to pay for it. Houses and military camps in upgraded zones get +1 pop and +1 warband. So you can make your houses more efficient and your military buildings, which can be really interesting. So really watch out to have houses and military camps in the same tile, so you can buff them both simultaneously as soon as you like upgrade the zone. Seems pretty cool. At 500 fame, you're gonna get scavenging. That's also pretty good. Wolf dens, Draugr tombs, ruins, shipwrecks can be explored a second time. So even if they were already explored, you can just go and explore them again. One fact that I forgot to say is shipwrecks and ruins can also be taken when the tile is cleared out, so there can be no wolf or no Draugr on there anymore. But it doesn't have to be in your territory. So you can basically, that's one thing people are a little bit scared about. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a one-cut video, so sorry. That will stay in here. I don't know how long the sound will actually go on. I hope that we're not too long. Really, really weird. My microphone just thought it shouldn't work anymore, but sorry. So, yeah. Don't steal the ruins and shipwrecks of your teammates, but generally it would be possible. Maybe even doing that to your opponent, like deep scouting pretty early and then going for the ruin or shipwreck and just going for it straight away. I'm always going to keep an eye out now for the microphone. It has literally never happened to me, and I don't know why it now starts doing that. I don't know. Let's see. So, you will get all the resources the second time for the wolf den, Draugr and tombs and everything else, but you will not get the fame a second time. So the fame, that's a one-time deal. After you got that for the Draugr and tomb, for example, then it's done. You can only do that one time. So here we have the tax or lore, right? Yeah, lore. So Sentinel will replace colonization. The effect is that your Falconers can be assigned as Sentinel to a zone, increase its production and the attack powers of units in the zone. So you will basically pick the Falconer, put him onto a zone and have him as a Sentinel. At this point, a Hawk is going to start circling over the area. And you're going to get a 15% production buff, and you're going to get a 10% attack power buff. I didn't play around with the attack power all too much right now. I don't know how much of a difference 10%, like 10% is not nothing, that's quite a bit. But I don't know if it's worth to actually put a Falconer there, like in late game fights. I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like it's only working for your units though, because it never said friendly units will get this bonus. It always just says units, and therefore I feel like it's only counting for your own units. I feel like. Didn't test that yet. If you have better information on that, please just put them down below in the comments so we all know. Right now I feel like it's only counting for your own units, and then I'm not 100% sure if it's worth. The eco buff can be worth. The eco buff can be worth. If you have enough eco on a single tile, I feel like putting a Falconer on there and buffing your whole economy, like you would, for example, do with a bear clan, it should be worth. It should be worth. One Falconer should be able to pay for himself if you, for example, have double market tile. I don't know why you would really do that with the Eagle clan, because you usually seem to be a little bit more aggressive, but generally you should be able to pay he should be able to pay for himself if you have a lot of buildings on the tile, and yeah, have it in there. It shouldn't be enough if you only have one upgraded farm though, but it's almost enough. I tried to do the math on that yesterday, and I feel like it's almost enough to pay for the Falconer if you already have an upgraded farm, but it's not quite enough. So should be a little bit more than that. So, the next thing would be Blood Eagle. Replaces defensive strategy. And the effect is when a unit is attacked in a zone containing hawks, they blind the enemy for 3 seconds. And blinding the enemy means they will miss every single attack for the next 3 seconds. So, extremely strong defensively, right? When a unit from you gets attacked and there are just hawks circling over that, which means you must have just killed something on that zone, because that is when the hawks show up. It's not that easy to realize, I want to say, to like make happen. But if they do attack into that zone, they basically have no chance, right? They have 3 seconds without doing any damage. If there would be an actual fight happening, that would just mean the fight is over at that point. But like I said, relatively unlikely that you are able to consistently get hawks onto a zone. Well, I don't know if this counts, the Sentinel hawks, but I would say they don't. Honestly, it would be a little bit overpowered, I guess. So, next thing is Training Field, replacing feeling safe and not as strong as feeling safe, in my opinion. For each zone without foes bordering the clan territory, the clan gets +1 happiness. So basically every zone around your territory, which you are a direct neighbor of, I think it cannot even be cliffed off. If it's cliffed off, it doesn't count. So it has to be a zone right next to you, and you get +1 happiness if it is cleared out. To help you with that, you can of course close Wolf Dance, you can close Draugr Tombs, but you can imagine if you are the pocket player in a 3v3 team game, you are going to be screwed, because you are not going to get any happiness out of that. But I feel like for that, what the clan is basically made for going aggressive early, like running forward, trying to make aggression happen, I feel like you don't need that much happiness. You're obviously going to go Baldur's Blessing with the clan, because you're going to get a lot of stone out of your caches and everything, so you won't really need to get like the bonus iron and stone out of Yord's Blessing. So Baldur's Blessing must be set, but yeah, it can be really rough still with the happiness sometimes. But if you like just colonize forward, not thinking about anything, basically just colonizing in a straight line and clearing everything around you, you will basically get a good amount of happiness that at least gets you for the early game. In the later stages of the game, you might be forced to actually go brewers with this clan, which is always a bit of a feel bad, but I don't know if it's a clan that really shines in late game. But we're gonna see that over the months. I'm also pretty new with the Eagle clan here, so don't see everything what I say here as final. I'm just thinking, you know? I'm just a thinking man, just like you. So, Next thing will be Rapine. Replaces legendary heroes, and the effect is decolonizing an enemy territory turns the zone into a boneyard. So basically as if you would have killed a neutral in a zone or something. Hawks collect resources from production buildings in addition to natural resources. So if you decolonize that zone, basically there will again appear a little sack there, and this sack you can like right click and there will be wood in there, there will be food on there, there could be gold in there. It really depends on which buildings were in that zone before, and you basically pillage them and take the resources out of it. On top of that, it's a normal boneyard, right? So your army is gonna heal right next to your opponent's base where you just took a tile. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. I feel like this is one of the strongest lores around. It is replacing legendary heroes, so it's a tier 4 lore in the middle tree. It's not that easy to reach, but I feel like this is one of the lores that you just wanna like rush towards and try to make happen. Like you need to be attacking, otherwise this lore is literally worthless. Like you're not gonna do anything if you are defending with this lore. But as soon as you get attacking, man, this is so much value, and I feel like can quickly snowball out of control. So next thing would be Foraging. That replaces mining efficiency, and the effect is resources gained from colonizing special zones, closing wolf dens, and Draugr tombs are increased by 60%, which means for a Draugr tomb, you're not gonna get them an easy 80 fame and 8 iron. So that's a good amount of resources you're gonna get there. And I feel like generally pretty strong if you think about it. Yeah. Can help quite a bit. Even also keeping in mind that as soon as you reach 500, you could do all of that again. While I don't know how important this is gonna get when you play more of an aggressive strategy, you know, you're not gonna be as likely to reach 500. But if you do, very important, very pork, and helps out quite a bit. Yeah, let's go to the relic. The relic is called Vidopreneur's Feather. The relic reveals a forbidden cache containing rare resources guarded by mythical creatures. For each opened buried cache, military units gain +2 attack power permanently, which means +10% is the maximum for it because it needs to be capped, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna spiral out of control. Every time a forbidden cache is opened, all military units gain +10% attack power until they die. The max bonus out of that is like 30%. So yeah, oftentimes you're just gonna get your units back and everything. But yeah, the max bonus you can get out of this is 10%, and the max bonus you can get out of this is then basically 20%, right? I feel like if you have one unit that killed 3, you will get +30% only out of this here. Only speculating here though, I didn't test that right now. I can tell you afterwards when I have a little bit more experience with the clan. But right now I feel like this could also go up to 30%, but as soon as the unit dies, the bonus is completely gone, and like in total you can have a max of 30%, which is pretty nutty to be fair. Like 30% attack power bonus, whew, this is like old young and proud bonus. When young and proud still hit, like for me it's always too late nowadays. Well, let's go. The buried cache has a bunch of resources here, right? You get a load out of it. But you will have oh yeah, the demon Jotnun. Forgot how they're called. Like you're gonna have fat mobs on there, so you're not gonna clear that with your chief and an axe thrower. You need an army to do that. But therefore, get a good amount of resources, and it should be worth. Hard to say if it's something that you are going to rush, but having it definitely helps you out. I can definitely assure you. So, note, the clan is available in all game modes and will be available in ranked multiplayer in 2 weeks. A special channel is open on the Northgard server if you want to provide feedback on the clan balancing, so we can get the balance as close to perfect as possible for when the clan comes available in ranked. So you cannot wreck noobs in ranked right now. You will need to wait a little bit until yeah, everyone played the Eagle clan for a little bit. There might be a few tweaks here and there. I think this is really good from Shiro to not just throw it out there and yeah, have the have the people try in ranked what can happen there. But yeah, give it a little bit of time and see what works. So we have the rework of the clan of the snake. We have a lot of people already crying out about this. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, didn't try them all too much right now. Also found the way they did it on my stream a little bit anticlimactic, to be honest. But here is the bonuses over here. Yeah, they start with the clan can use the Swidden field on its zones to temporarily increase production at the cost of a reduced production afterward. I have no clue what that means, but we're gonna see when I actually jump in game. Maybe there's something in here. Increase at the cost of reduced production after. Ah, okay, yeah, makes sense, yeah. So you can boost the zone and then afterwards it's just gonna be worse. Could make sense. I don't know how you could exploit that. There should be ways, but I don't know if it's actually the strongest change here for the clan. We'll see. The clan can copy knowledge of any clan they encounter. Okay. Makes sense. We'll see how that actually plays out and if that means I can do it instantly or is it just like the stolen lore bonus? Or do you need to run into a clan and then you're gonna get a free lore? Like, I'm not 100% sure how that works and I didn't play around with that all too much yet. But again, if you have knowledge about that, just drop it down below. Really interested to know how that is. So, skirmishers can be used to attack enemy territories, but they do not decolonize zones on their own. Okay, you cannot go full skirmisher mode anymore. That is interesting. Signy, got a few changes here. Signy gains the cloaked ability after the first year. When cloaked units when units are cloaked among wild creatures, they neutralize their aggressivity toward the clan and increase their aggressivity towards enemy clans. Okay. So you can have cloaked units in a tile full of wolves, and the wolves will start attacking my opponent, like that they attack my opponents is more likely. Interesting. When an assault is launched by the creatures, they reveal the zone they attack. What? You get free scouting. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. Honestly. So, age 17, Shadow of the Wild. All military units gain the cloak ability. So that will be axe-throwers, that will be warriors, so this is basically negated, right? The skirmishers can't be used to full rush anymore, but after the second year, so 802, all your military units will basically be skirmishers, and you can just run over to them with warriors, shield bearers, or axe-throwers. That is pretty good, but 802 is also not that early, honestly. Like, most clans will be ready at 802. I don't know if the Snake Clan is so strong that they can overrun them, but this is already a pretty important change. The merchants produce 20% more crowns with black market right now. That used to be 10%, so we have a little bit of a buff over here, and I feel like this is pretty okay. The clan can trade even with factions that are at war against them. I feel like that were always possible, right? I think that were always like it. And when cloaked on a neutral faction's zone, units degrade the relationship between the faction and enemy clans. Okay, that's cool. So you can basically like destroy the boar's dream of ever getting a giant by just degrading the relationship with them. It really depends on how much you actually do that, like how high is the number, right? But it seems like you can definitely make it at least a lot harder for them. So, we have Rapicious Exploitation. Each zone affected by Swidden Field provides +1 happiness to the clan. And Swidden Field were the effect over here, right? Where you can buff a zone, but afterwards it's going to be weaker. But if you are affecting it, you get happiness out of it, and getting happiness for an aggro clan like Snake is very, very important. So, under pressure, skirmishers can attack. Okay. Enemy production buildings to steal the resources they contain. That's cool. Definitely got to try that out in game to see how that definitely works. But right now it seems like you're gonna run in with skirmishers in the early part of the game, trying to destroy the eco a little bit. Maybe let them stand cloaked around the opponent, around the like territory of your opponent. So a lot of wolves start attacking them. you will then reveal those areas, and then you can go in there, annoy them, steal a few resources, and then as soon as 802 hits, you can get your army like X-Throws or something, and then run with an actual army that is not skirmishers or something in there and try to decolonize their tiles. Seems cool, seems cool. So, guerrilla tactics. Each unit slayed or lost in enemy territory permanently increases all military units' attack power. That has changed, right? That were always villagers. If you kill a villager or a farmer or a woodcutter or anything, I don't think that counted for military units. So it's a lot easier to get the guerrilla tactic stacks right now. Well, let's see how strong it actually is. Like I said, a lot of people are already complaining that Snake is a little bit too strong right now. We will see. We will see. Definitely gonna try around a bit first before I get any premature ratings out here from my side, since I haven't even touched the clan of it. So we also have general changes. For example, shield wall, the shield bearer forge upgrade. Unit defense is increased by 40% when receiving the first attack in combat, rather than when the combat engages in the zone. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you cannot basically dip into a tile and wait a little bit until, like, yeah. You see, if I just tip into a tile and start the combat, basically, I can wait a few seconds until, like, the shield bonus wears off, and then I get my main part of the army in, and then he doesn't have the bonus anymore. Now, when you receive the first attack, you cannot cheese that anymore, right? They're gonna have 40% when receiving the first attack, and yeah, that is, you can take that away from them. So, oh, the cloaked ability got changed. So units that are cloaked among wild creatures consume 50% less food generally. Okay. That's random, but that is pretty wild. Well, okay, they are with wild creatures, right? They can just eat them. I don't know. Do they like, do the wolves call them for dinner? Hey, skirmisher, we found a sheep over here. Come over. Don't, you can take the right leg. Go. I don't know if I would eat raw sheep, honestly, or do wolf cook it. I don't know if it's like really raw. I think let's not get too deep into that. Buildings, the marketplace. It is now possible to buy the smallest amount of each resource at this marketplace. Whoa, let's go. So if there are 5 stone in there, you don't have to buy all 5 anymore. You can also only buy 1. That's pretty cool. Mines. Ore extraction now functions with a gauge system. Miners increase the gauge. When full, 1 ore is extracted at once from the deposit and added to the clan's resources. This is to avoid the problem of 0.5 ore being extracted from deposits and deposits giving 14 ore total instead of 15, for example. Yeah, that happens sometimes, that you had like a 15 ore iron mine, like iron ore basically, and as soon as you mined it out, you only had 14 because of a small bug that sometimes happen. So they changed the system so it can't happen anymore. I feel like that's very, very good, and I guess also important. Doesn't happen all too often, honestly. It didn't happen often to me, but when it happened, it was devastating. So, neutral factions. Dwarves, when in good relations with a clan, now just give 1 type of ores, stone or iron. Randomly selected at the start of each game. Yuck. Okay. The ores they send players are extracted from the deposits in their territory. Eliminating the faction will allow the clan to colonize and extract. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it were too strong, but this is always like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe like if you pick it, it's gonna be overpowered, right? But randomly is always a little bit like, yeah. Let's roll a die. Do you win or not? Ah, yeah, you hit the die roll. GG. Yeah. I don't know. Not the biggest fan of random stuff. While random stuff also keeps the game interesting, right? There needs to be a balance. Right now, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Maybe when I play more and more with it, I grow into it basically. And maybe you, yeah, we'll see. Don't want to rate it too much, just like having it randomly decided always seems to be a little bit like, okay. So 50% of the times the other clan is gonna wreck me because he's gonna get the resources that he needs, and 50% of the times I'm gonna wreck them. because they didn't get the resources they needed, and like the randomness decided, not skill. I don't think that is like that, but I feel like it's a little bit like if you have a Kraken duel and you play against the Kraken, for example, and the Kraken event shows up and you are playing Raven, you just say, GG, good game. Nice skills, you know? It's just like, if the Kraken event wouldn't have showed up, the game would have maybe gone completely different. But since we have that random event, which is absolutely in favor for the one clan and absolutely devastating for the other clan, you won the game now. So this is like one of the things I'm not the biggest fans of, but just as an example here. Don't want to ramble about it too much here. I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. Like also, you're not gonna have Kraken versus Raven duels that often. Just like an example, right? So, scouting. There's now a maximum of scouting time for a zone on big and huge maps. Time required to scout the further zone are thus decreased. So scouting is quicker. I love that. I love that. Performances. Optimize various game systems to improve multiplayer performances. That means less remakes. I love it. Creative mod. Player names can be customized in the map editor. That's cool. Okay. And unit stats are now displayed without a factor in the Northgard editor. Okay, makes sense. We also have some UI changes, like we improved the font system for 4K monitors, so all text are displayed nicely. It's crisp. Yeah, I need 4K Northgard, man. I can't live without that crisp font anymore. I need that crisp font. Go on, guys. I'm gonna open up a GoFundMe. Dentist needs a new graphics card, CPU, and whatever for 4K Northgard crisp font need now. Yeah, it's pretty cool, let's say, right? I don't think it's not the biggest game changer here, but for people with 4K monitors, I feel like it's pretty important. So, in the multiplayer lobby, the players' elo are displayed correctly. Mic is still working, man. That's cool. War notifications are now clickable, and it moves the camera to where the fight happens. That's cool. That means you can also press spacebar, right? Usually the newest notification you got, you press spacebar and you're gonna jump to it. But that should also work, which is pretty cool. Makes you a lot easier. Like if you hear like the sound, something attacks you and you press spacebar in that moment, you jump over there and you can instantly get your god micro out to obviously win the fight easily and then the game. So, controls. Add a special keybind, Control E, to select all military units that can go outside the... Oh, that's just only for me. I think there's like an engraved font here. This change has been made for dentist, that idiot, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, learn to play, ha ha ha. That's rude. So, localization, improve various texts. Okay. Yeah, there's always like small changes, right? Where you can like change stuff. I can imagine what stuff happened there. So, we have a bunch of bug fixes over here, and we have a bunch of known issues. In Co-op Conquest, you have no reconnect button. And some French sentences are not translated. To French? I feel like, right? Yeah. Falconers are now unable to scout enemy town halls. Yeah, that's a little bit of a rip. That you gotta keep in mind. With other scouts, you can scout the town hall to see how many resources and stuff they have. Can't do that with Falconers yet. It's a known issue. It's gonna be changed. It's gonna come. Don't think like that's something they took away from Falconers to balance them out or something. No. It's gonna come, and yeah, hope not all too long in the future. So, this is it. There we go. Just gonna leave the... Yeah, that were the patch note review for the Clan of the Eagle. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the mic didn't turn off for all too long. Yeah, really nice to go over the changes over here. Played the Eagle yesterday a little bit. Yeah, not for the first time. I played in the beta a little bit, but now in the final version. And I gotta say, I have a lot of fun with it. And having another clear clan is just great, man. It's just great. But a little bit frustrating to just basically go between Lynx, Wolf, and maybe Bear in so many team games because we had one clear in the team and I needed to like mirror it because nobody else wanted to do it, and you don't have that much of an pool to choose out. Right now with 4 clans, I feel like we're up to a pretty good number where like jumping around doesn't get old, basically, right? Even though I think like I'm one of the only players that just jumps between all the clans and doesn't want to play like the same clan twice because it's kind of boring, you know. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, maybe press that little like button down there. You won't even believe how much that helps. Also, we're gonna hit like 10k subscribers not all too long in the future, I hope. So if you want to help me out reaching that, you can also press the little subscribe button down there. Guys, if you do that, you don't even need to click the bell, you know? Like, if you want to click the bell, by God. But if you don't want to, then please just, like, press the subscribe button, man. Like, bro, be a bro, right? So, yeah. Thanks for jumping in here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great time with the clan of the Eagle. Really cool clan, let me tell you. And, yeah, enjoy snakes as long as it's around, I guess. Because a lot of people are saying they are too strong. So, I guess get yourself a few snake games in, as long as they are maybe a little bit too strong. Let's see. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great rest of the day, and maybe see you back on the next ones. Yeah.